Bill Bachman here with another random little lesson for my drumworkout.com folks and beyond on this one. This one's going to be on snare drum height. I actually get this question a lot where, is my snare too high, is it too low, and they analyze it. Now, let's start by just looking at your body and how things work. With your hand at neutral, you add a stick, and that's basically where you want to strike the drum, right? So if you put the stick at about a 10-degree angle, that's going to dictate where that drum height should be. So from a drum set perspective, if I'm sitting down, I always do it such that, I sit at the right height I like for my bass drum foot and whatnot. My rule of thumb is I want to be able to play a rim shot with my left leg up on the hi-hat. So that way I have all my options available, but I don't have the drum any higher than it needs to be. Okay, so back to this. With that hand in neutral, almost like a straight line, they get you a lightsaber from the forum, right? Pretty cool. You get that effect going on, and that's where you want to have your, that's where you strike the drum. So put the stick at about a 10-degree angle, and that's going to tell you where the drum should be. Now, if the drum is too low, and I'll stand up a little bit to demonstrate this, I see a lot of people where they'll play about like that. Now the problem is, my wrist is already up, so I've lost a bunch of range of motion right there. And that's no good, okay? People who do that, a lot of times they end up using a lot more arm, which is not good to do if the wrist can do it nice and relaxed, using that full range of motion. Now, if you think about playing baseball, assume everybody's a right-handed batter. Almost all the home runs are pulled to left field because there's more bat speed produced as you go around. So if anybody hits a home run to right field, they just swung late, but somehow they got a lot of bat speed. So if you hit your drum with your wrist up, that's the equivalent of that. So you're losing a ton of power. You may think, well, the drum is down and I can play down into it. It's like, well, you're actually losing something, if you ask me. Now, is the drum too high? What happens then is you'll be doggy pawing, okay? If you are familiar with a dog or many dogs, you'll know that the doggy paw goes down, but it does not come up, okay? So this drum is too high now. So I can play it, I can get it done. I would probably do this to put that wrist in a natural position, but who wants to play with their arms out, okay? It's not shoulders up. This is about the worst thing you can do, right? So assuming your shoulders are chill, your arms are hanging at your sides, mine stick out a bit funny, okay? Just side note, for my elbows to touch my side, you gotta come up behind me and bear hug me. But once your arms are hanging at your sides, here I am here. Now, you're kind of asking for some injury because you're tweaking in an unnatural position and you're going to be taking some impact in that position, right? So what if my drum's too high? Oh, what do I do? My drum's too high and the stand doesn't go any lower. Remember, all you need is a nice straight line and that drum head at a 10-degree angle or so. So here we have a tilter. This one happens to be a gear tilter, which quite often goes from not quite right to not quite right. But here, for our purposes today, shink. Hey, look at that. Now I'm happy once again, right? So I have the right angle right there, all right? So let's say I'm in a ridiculous situation and the drum, it's so low, I can't get it any higher, what can I do? Okay, well let's do this. All we need is that stick at a 10-degree angle to the drum. So now, hey, I'm good to go. So I can play like this for hours, minus the whole standing up with your leaves bent. But we're pretending, right? We're pretending. So whether you're playing a concert snare, a drum set snare, a marching drum, you name it, your body tells you what height that drum should be, right? So straight line, use your lightsaber, make the sound effect better than that. Put that at a 10-degree angle, and there's your drum height. It could be anywhere, up, down, up, right? The people who have their snare drums really low, a lot of times they tilt away, and there you go. I don't know why you'd want to do that, because getting to the rack tom's your next challenge. So that's it on the snare drum height and the angle. The height and the angle go together. Put it at 10 degrees to your stick at neutral, and you're good. Bonus side note, your whole drum set, the way I sit down, tom, 10-degree angle. Floor tom, 10-degree angle. Ride cymbal, 10-degree angle. Reach up for a little bit for a crash, opposite 10-degree angle so I can hit the edge. So let your body dictate the placement of things. You'll be a lot more comfortable And if you're more comfortable, you're using less effort. If you're using less effort, there's more nature and less you, so you will sound better every time. All right, so think about these things, and I think you'll play a lot better. Play as efficiently as possible, which equals good music and good times. Check out drumworkout.com, which also will help you tremendously play more naturally, musically, and have a good time doing it. All right, that's it. See ya.